Alright, so first we're going to want to plug in the speakers to our mixer amp up here. There's two ways of doing that, be it parallel or A and B directly. For the purposes of this video, we're going to do A and B directly. So you've got to take your 1/4-inch speaker cable here, plug one end into the A hole. And no, I didn't say that on purpose. Now find the other end of the cable here. Plug that into the 1/4-inch jack in the back of the speaker. So now everything coming outside A is going to come out that speaker, no questions asked. And then you would do the same thing if you have another 1/4-inch speaker cable, which you do and should. The opposite hole right here, that's where my finger's going to. Go out there and then go into that speaker. For the purposes of this video and keeping it short, I'm not going to physically demonstrate it. The other thing you can do is parallel. You can set these speakers up parallel, and to do that, what you have to do is basically like we have it here. Have one speaker cable coming out of the A side and putting it into the speaker A. But then you could have another speaker cable coming out of speaker A and dropping down or over, depending on how you have your speakers configured, into speaker B. Now you'll notice on these JBL JRX 100s here that do belong to the school, they only have one 1/4-inch jack and then one speak-on jack. So in order to do parallel in this setup, you'd have to have a speak-on cable to go from here to in there. But these speakers are parallel as indicated down there somewhere in that little thing. And just a quick heads up, this is the magic button. It switches it from left and right to main/mono, which is basically bridged mono it's called. So if this button is pushed in, sorry about my camera work, if this button is pushed in, that means it's going to send all its power to speaker A, and speaker B isn't going to get anything. And that would be for a parallel configuration, because you're running two speakers off of that speaker A side on the back of this amp. If you're going to do stereo, and remember that's only mono sound, right? Because it's only sending one signal. If you're going to do stereo with speaker A, speaker B configuration, leave the switch out. Okay. Now to plug in your inputs is the next step here. Let's say these are our two inputs. Say it's coming from the DJ booth, for example. This is my left speaker, we'll say, or my left input from my DJ mixer, or my sound card, I guess in your case, your M audio box. So that's going in, well, at least I'll turn this the right way. That's going in numbers 1 and 2 there. So what you want to do is you first have to play some music to set the levels here. Turn this gray knob until that green light flickers on and off, but not so it's solidly on and not so it's solidly off, okay? And then what you're going to want to do is set these to about halfway, depending on how loud you want your music. And since this is the right speaker, pan this all the way to the right. Since the left speaker, pan it all the way to the left. Left equals speaker A, right equals speaker B. Your main master volume is the white knob over here. Microphone. I'll get a mic here for fun. You can use another input channel for that. Pick number 5 for no reason at all. And that'll go in there. Same again, talk into your microphone so that the green light flickers on and off with this trim knob here. It's actually supposed to be called gain, but they call it trim. And then level, make sure your EQs are how you want them. Start with them flat, which means they're all pointing straight up. And then if you find that you don't have enough bass in something, turn the low end up. Not enough treble, turn the high end up. But I don't recommend doing that because it could be hard on your equipment. So if you want more treble, try turning the other ones down instead. And if you want to plug in an iPod to your system, don't, because they suck. But if you do, I would recommend using a mini jack to RCA. Mini jack is basically your headphones on your iPod going into these RCA inputs here. This mixer has RCA input, luckily. It's called tape in. So what you want to do, just focus it a little better here. So what you want to do is plug them in here, and on this particular mixer, the tape CD input volume is right there. It doesn't have its own channel strip for some reason. I would avoid using a 1/4-inch adapter for your headphone jack because you know, there's more things that can go wrong. But that is how to build a basic sound system in a nutshell.